What's up guys, it's Brian with MTMMix.com. Gonna be doing my new 2017 studio tour for you guys. I did a 2016 studio tour as well, but that was sort of part of my vlog thing, so it was integrated with a longer part of my vlog. So I'm just gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna show you guys what exactly you would look at if you were to come to my studio. It's my basement studio, so we're gonna start at the top of the stairs. Alright, so the first thing that you're gonna end up seeing as you walk down is my Stanton record sign that my lovely girlfriend recently got for me. Pardon the focus noise too, you're gonna get a lot of that in this video, but this is probably the newest addition feature of my studio. It's really cool. It's all wood engraved, so there's different parts that like pop out. So it's really cool. That's my Stanton record sign. Then you come down to the basement. You can obviously tell that I like to work in the dark. Looks like a horror film a little bit. This is my Sky Z record. You guys saw this in the last video. This is my first industry job that I'm always gonna have on the wall because it's an awesome record. First of all, it's green. Plus it's an awesome record sonically, and just Sky did his thing on that. My desk used to be in this corner, but I moved it. So that's the vocal booth. We'll get to that later. Here's a bunch of camera gear and umbrellas and lights and stuff. So I got my panels, that mirror has always been there, and then here's my guitars. We'll start off with my Yamaha. Couldn't tell you the model of it. It's a pretty cool guitar. Never really gave me any problems, and it has a really cool sound to it. It's sort of a budget acoustic, but at the same time gives a really professional sound. Then you come over here and it's my Epiphone Les Paul 100. This thing sounds really good plugged in as well, which is the main reason that I have it. And I use it whenever I need to record electric guitar. Then you come up, and then this is the cove, I like to call it now. Just came up with that nickname before. So this is my cove. This is where I would have anybody that's coming to hang out, any clients, any friends of clients, anybody that is in the studio with me. They would be rocking right here on the couch. And then there's this cool little wood pallet table that I built. And then I got my vinyl records in there as well. Oh, sorry about that lighting change. So I got my vinyl records in there. Again, my girlfriend, for a different gift, got me this cool beer flight glass flight thing, custom one. And it has my logo on there as well, Miss Temptation, so that's really cool. You go over here, this is like my table of gear that I don't really use. This is my, what is it, the Xenix Control, yeah, Xenix Control 1 by Behringer. And what it is, it's just a monitor control system. But since I got my new interface, I don't really have a use for that anymore, so I don't use it. But it's pretty cool. You could switch between your monitors, A, B, and C. You could have 3 different monitors, and the coolest part is you could have a talkback, which is really useful, especially since I'm recording there and the booth is over there. So, I mean, I might set this up now that I'm thinking about it. This thing was really cool. Right here is my Stanton T.62, whenever I need to sample anything, with the good old butter rugs. For if you need to do any scratching. Slips very slippery, so you get some good scratching if the drive on your turntable is slow. That helps a lot. Down there I got my mixer. I got faceplate for another monitor control system. I got my DI box, power cords, good old Sweetwater magazine. So that's like the unused section, all of that. Right above it is the Torre record that I also worked on. This one's more recent than the Sky record, but this record's dope. It's entitled by Torre. Definitely check that out as well. Come over here and you hit the MIDI controller. Gets the job done. The little plastic screen for the LED light broke off, so it's all messed up now, but whatever. So you got my panels that go all the way around my desk. Then you get to my desk. Got the guest chair. Get this guy out of here. And then you got my main chair. This thing's a beast. This was a Christmas present last year. Chairs are probably the most underlooked and underrated pieces of studio gear ever. Especially if you're doing it full time where you're sitting in a chair for 8 hours a day. So we'll start at the bottom. I got my Fender 25R combo amp. If I'm ever recording guitar, I'm honestly usually going DI into interface or my pre's, and I'll record and get a guitar amp through Guitar Rig or something. But I used to use this when I play guitar a lot. I got some little pencil mics in that case, and then I got the square reader. Now if anybody is looking to solve the issue of people not paying you cash because they forgot the cash at home, get one of those and you could break that on them, because then they'll freak out and be like, oh, okay, and then they have no excuse. So I'm sure a lot of people have run into that issue where people say that they don't have cash, and then you could just say, it's okay, I take card. So that works. I have my Twinfinity, my 710 Twinfinity by Universal Audio. This thing's really cool, especially when it is paired up with sorta, I don't want to say cheap microphones, but cheaper microphones. Let me turn this brightness down. Cheaper microphones. This thing sounds really, really good. You have the option to switch between transistor and tube and any combination in between. It has the high Z direct input, phantom power, a 15 decibel pad. You can switch between line or mic. So if you're working on something that somebody sent you and you want to run it through the UA, you could do that. You could monitor between the drive levels and the output. You have a low cut filter on there, and you have a phase switch and the power. Now, this is just the gain and the level, but this thing's really cool. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite purchases, because it sounds really good with my setup. I'm running everything through my Focusrite. This thing, I swear by, it won't focus. I swear by Saffire. I think that, Focusrite, they're one of my favorite companies in the music industry as far as gear goes. Everything that I've ever used by them sounds awesome. This thing's got a jack load of inputs if you go through 8-at, jack load of outputs, and I never had a problem with it. It gives you 2 headphone inputs in case you are working in a setup where you don't have a vocal booth and it's late at night or something and you're trying not to blast music. You could plug your headphones in to 2 and theirs into 1, and you could work virtually silently. Nobody will hear you. Then you go up to my monitors. I got the HS10s from Yamaha. These things are beasts, especially because I don't have a sub. So these things provide me with way more than enough low end. You go right over here, and I have my MCU Pro. This thing really just speeds my mixing process up tenfold. Completely unnecessary. You really don't need this, I promise you. But if you do get something like this, you'll notice that your workflow does improve pretty drastically, to be honest. Oh, one more thing over here that I forgot. I got my UltraPatch Pro by Behringer. It's just a super simple patch bay. Everything is wired into the back of it, so I don't have to rewire things. But I never move my patch cables, so it's kind of just, I guarantee you over time, I just reset all this up. Guarantee you over time these patch cables will get dust on them. We'll hop over to the other side now. I talked about this in the last video that I did. This is my my ART Pro VLA2 tube compressor. I think that this gives the most colored tone out of a compressor that I've ever used, which is why I had to get it outboard. And honestly, I run usually every single one of my vocals that I get for mixing jobs through this thing, even if I am not applying any compression at all, just to get that tone out of it, because especially for hip hop, I think it pushes rap vocals up a little bit. You know, the color of it, the EQ curve that it naturally has, it kind of gets rid of that screeching high pitched sound around like 4K in the vocals. So that's why I usually always use this guy, because I don't have to apply EQ. It just kind of does it for me. It warms everything up and just overall gives you a better sound. HS10 from Yamaha. Then I got this small little guy. This is actually my first studio monitor ever. It's the Alesis M1Active. What is it? 320. And that's just my secondary listening monitor. Something cheap and small that I could compare mixes to, so I don't have to run out to my car. Saves a little bit of time. Over here I got my Furman. Just a patch bay. Plug things in, give you power. Fun. And then, let's see, what else do I got? Back here, behind the desk, I got this sick light. I couldn't tell you what it is, but if you just search color changing light bulb on Amazon, this guy comes up. It was like 30 bucks. And the cool thing about this light bulb, you control it all through Bluetooth from your phone, and you don't have to have like a hub. Like for the Philips Hue bulbs, you need a hub, and it's sort of really annoying because the hub costs like 100 bucks, then each light bulb costs like 40 bucks. So you're spending so much money. This, you don't need a hub, it's just all Bluetooth, which is really cool. Saves you some money, gives you a cool little atmosphere, and you could just make it one solid color if you want through the app. So this is my MTM sign. I built that out of pallets as well. As you can probably tell, I love to use pallets for building things, gives everything cool looking life. Over there I got my beer fridge, need that. Over here I got NBA. on Xbox One. If anybody wants some, let me know. Then into here is where the artists make the magic happen. I was just recently recording a voiceover, so this microphone actually isn't set up fully. But right in here I have my Rode MT1A microphone. I think it's one of the best microphones that you could get for the money. The thing's only, I think, 240 or 30 or something like that, maybe even cheaper. It's definitely above 200 new. So this thing is a workhorse. It's good on guitar, it's good on vocals. I primarily use it for vocals, but this thing never gave me a problem. And now, if anybody watched the video from the past, you can see that the vocal booth window is right there. Normally I ran my cables through the wall that we're looking at right now. Now, since I moved my desk to the other side of the basement, I had to run this 100-foot XLR cable. I'll show you the path. This thing was a process. From where we're standing, behind that wall, up on this corner, behind this wall, around here, up along that corner, up above the door, up, then it dropped down right there, came out of the wall right there, then up and into my interface. It was a process. So, I mean, glad it's done. So now that we are done with the video, if you guys have any questions at all, let me know. I'd be happy to help you guys out with any questions that you might have, anything that you want recommendations on, something that you might want to buy in the future. And don't be afraid to ask anything. I'll do my best to answer everybody. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon.